Alright, let's talk about Jhope. So, I wanted to do a recap of HYBE's promotion activities for Killin It Girl in Korea last week because honestly, it felt like more than just a regular comeback. It was his long-awaited return to the music shows in Korea, and the way he went out of his way to care for fans. This era was packed with moments that really reminded us why he's not just a performer but a deeply thoughtful artist. So here's a semi-full breakdown of what made this comeback so special, including the stages and the fan gestures that he showed and the personal messages on Weverse as well. Also, lastly, the interview through Peoples that revealed just how much he has grown. Alright, so let's get into it. So let's start here. Killin It Girl actually just debuted at number 40 on the Billboard Hot 100. Whew, congratulations. And that's not only Jhope's highest solo ranking to date, it's his 8th solo entry on the chart overall, which officially makes him the Korean solo artist with the most Hot 100 entries ever. Let that sink in for a second. And before this, his best solo chart run was On the Street with J. Cole. Every time I run, I love that track, which peaked at number 60. And that was back in 2023. And fast forward to today, and he's completely outdone himself. So Killin It Girl is the third release in his recent solo single series, the trilogy as I call it, following Sweet Dreams featuring Miguel and Mona Lisa, which landed at number 66 and number 65 respectively. And each song climbed higher than the last. So you can see the pattern is pointing straight upward for him. And plus, the track hit number 2 on Billboard's global chart and number 1 on digital song sales. And let's not forget the UK official singles chart, which is not that easy for a K-pop artist to crack. They welcomed Killin It Girl at number 30, making it Jhope's best solo debut there as well. So yeah, this comeback isn't just simply doing well, it's doing record-setting kind of well, Now, let's talk about his promotion activities in Korea. After almost 2 years away from the Korean music show scene, Jhope came back like he never left. Starting with M Countdown on the 19th, June 19th, followed by Music Bank, Show Music Core, 음악 중심, and 인기가요. He hit every major stage, and each performance of Killin It Girl, it was solo version, felt bigger and felt sharper and more confident than the last. And the energy was off the charts, the choreography was super sexy, powerful, and totally in control. And we gotta talk about the vocals as well, super stable, even while dancing full out with a crew of top-tier dancers, which he recruited himself, as we have learned from the episode of The Manager, Chun Cham-shi, which I've covered on my channel last week. Now, it's hard to overstate how rare it is for a performer to make this kind of splash after military service, especially on music shows that are usually dominated by younger rookies or combat groups. But Jhope didn't just show up, he basically owned it. His command of the stage was something that only a true veteran could pull off. And ARMY showed up for him too. The fan energy in the studio was electric. You could literally hear how much people missed him. And honestly, so did he. You could see it in how fully present Jhope was during every second on stage. But, here's but, he didn't stop at the performances. In classic HYBE fashion, he took things a step further with a dance challenge series that felt more like a party than a promo. From Bae-cheol-soo, the music legend, to comedians like Lee Young-ja and Hong Hyun-hee, to fellow idols like Twice Sana 80s sun and eyelids. He was everywhere, dancing with everyone and clearly having a blast doing it. And if that wasn't enough, Jhope's already gearing up to a headline Lollapalooza Berlin in July, which is a full circle moment since it was Lollapalooza Chicago back in 2022 that first introduced the world to solo Jhope. And I heard that this time it's gonna be like longer than an hour and a half, I heard. Which is gonna be fantastic. So yeah, even though HOTS, Hope on the Stage, is over, he's still back on stage. And he's clearly not easing in. He's going full throttle. I love it. Okay, now next. If there's one thing that really set this comeback apart, it wasn't just the stages or the charts performances. It was the way Jhope showed up for his fans, armies. Let's talk about the Countdown Prerecording. So Jhope rented out an entire studio complex in Paju area, just so ARMY wouldn't have to wait outside in the summer heat. You might have already heard about this, and he didn't stop there. Like, fans were welcomed with like meals, desserts, drinks, custom perfume sets, lip balms, photo cards, and even a handwritten letter from Hobie himself. He wrote, "Music shows, it's really been a while, hasn't it? I wanted to give you the best performances I could, so I have prepared a lot. I hope this message gives you some strength while you wait for the recording. Let's have fun. Love you, ARMY." On June 17th, right? And you could feel how thoughtful everything was, right down to the details. And I mean, like, him renting out the whole space, that was quite something from my perspective. And it was a kind of love that doesn't ask for attention, but it gets it anyway, because people feel how genuine it is. And even after like gifting fans with handwritten letters and thoughtful surprises, Jhope didn't stop there. He kept the conversation going on Weverse, posting nearly every day during his music show run. Some were short, funny updates, but others were full of deep reflection. This one, June 17th, he said, "ARMY, are you ready? I'm looking forward to the fan chants, ha 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 ha. Oh, and no outfit spoilers, please." June 17th again, after the show. "Thank you to every ARMY who came all the way to Paju for today's pre-recording. Once again, I felt today just how much your support keeps me going on stage without getting tired. ARMY is truly the best. Please get home safe and rest up well. See you at tomorrow's music core recording. I took this pic in a rush in the car. I'll make sure to take a cuter one tomorrow." Next day, June 18th. "ARMY, are you ready for music core? Let's go hard today too." And then the next day, June 19th. "Thank you for cheering so hard even late at night during music core today. Please get home safely. Honestly, I forgot to take a selfie again. Uploading one quickly, haha. Love you, ARMY. And everyone, let's avoid excessive spoilers today." I love such comments. Next day, June 20th. "It's raining. I'm a little worried. ARMY, please take care of yourselves. See you in a bit. Love you." June 20th. Again, "Let's eat well today. I love you." And then about 20 minutes later, "Hey, I forgot to take a selfie again. Haha. Thank you so much to our ARMY who came so early this morning. I hope your time at today's pre-recording felt worth it. I love you. Have a great day." The next day, June 21st. "Tonight is a final music show pre-recording. ARMYs who are coming, please travel safely. Let's spend this fiery Saturday night together with Jhope. See you soon." And then June 22nd, "Eat something tasty today too." Classic Jhope fashion, caring about his fans. All right, and then this one, June 22nd. "Huge thanks to all the ARMY who joined the final pre-recording today. It was super late, but your amazing energy really gave me strength. You're honestly the reason I can perform. I mean that, truly. Please get home safely, and again, I love you." And then in the last message, he opened up even more. Not just about the performances, but about everything leading up to them. And you could really feel how much this era meant to him, not just as an artist, but as a person who has grown, reflected, and come back with a deeper sense of purpose. So this one was written, he wrote on June 22nd. Let me read in Korean first. So he said, 여운이 가시질 않네요. 그동안의 수많은 과정들로 인한 여운도 있을 것이고 여러분들이 표현해주신 부분 그 이상으로 울림이 있는 걸 수도 있겠죠. 모든 아티스트 분들이 똑같이 애정을 가지고 준비하겠지만 그러게요. 저는 그 이상으로 좀 더 심취했었나 봅니다. 하하하하. 누가 보고 누가 듣고 누가 관심과 사랑을 주는 것이며 하물며 누가 소비를 하고 시간을 할애해 주시냐를 늘 생각했을 때 결국 중심은 아미 여러분들이었습니다. 그쵸? 물론 당연한 거죠. 근데 당연하다고 해서 당연하게 행동하는 게 가장 주의해야 할 부분이라 생각했습니다. 그만큼 일정 하나하나를 가볍게 생각하지 않았고 소중하게 여기며 임했다는 거겠죠? 어느 한 부분도 놓치지 않으려 노력했고요. 고심하며 행동했습니다. 그렇게 8개월이 흘렀네요. 정말 많이 배웠고 많이 느꼈고 그 토대로 앞으로의 발걸음을 이제는 좀 더 신중하게 생각하고 접근해 봐야 하지 않을까 싶습니다. 길다면 길 것이고 충분한 시간을 가지며 연구를 좀 해보겠습니다. 22년도 이후 솔로 활동으로 부딪혀보며 아파도 보고 스스로 치유도 해보고 큰 성취감도 느끼며 자신감도 생겼고 나에 대한 그리고 사랑하는 팬분들에 대한 믿음도 생겼습니다. 굳건해진 듯해요. 덕분입니다. 정말. 남은 롤라플로자 일정도 22년도에 시카고를 기억하며 한번 뜨겁게 불을 지켜보겠습니다. 시간이 괜히 흘렀을까요? 노련해진 모습 보여드릴게요. 다시 한번 더 활동 지켜봐 주시고 사랑해 주셔서 감사합니다. Love you all. Alright, so here's a translation. I still feel the afterglow, haha. Maybe it's from everything that's happened leading up to this moment. Or maybe your reactions hit me even harder than I thought. Of course, all artists prepare with love. But yeah, I think I got really deep into this one. Ha 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 ha. I often think about who's watching, who's listening, who's giving me their time and attention. And the answer is always ARMY. That's obvious, right? But just because it's obvious doesn't mean it should ever be taken for granted. That's why I treated every single schedule with care. I didn't want to overlook anything. I thought through every detail and acted on it with intention. And just like that, 8 months went by. I learned so much. I felt so much. And now I think it's time to move forward with a bit more thought and caution. 8 months can feel long or short depending on how you look at it. But I'm going to use that time to really explore, study, and grow. Since starting solo work in 2022, I have faced struggles, gone through pain, found ways to heal myself, felt big moments of pride, built real confidence, and developed a stronger trust in myself and in you, the fans I love. I really feel that now, and that's all thanks to you, truly. I'm taking that with me to Lollapalooza, remembering Chicago in 2022. Let's set it on fire again. Time didn't pass for nothing. I'll show you what I have gained. Thank you once again for staying with me and giving me your love during this promotion. Love you all. Man, there's I don't know, the way he writes and the way he speaks to fans, so sincere and genuine. And when he says things, I mean, it applies to all BTS members. He really means it, you know? And that's what made, I believe, Killin It Girl, or this whole comeback, including the HOTS, Hope on the Stage, hits so differently, you know? It wasn't just a performance or a concert or a promotion, you know? It was Jhope, you know, heart wide open, saying, I am here and I see you, you know, the armies. So what a beautiful message he has left. And while the music shows and Weverse messages gave us a glimpse of how much this era meant to Jhope emotionally, is actually in this interview where we really get to see how much he has evolved as an artist and as a person. So in a candid interview with People, J-Hope opened up about everything behind the project called Charm of Hope, the trilogy, the trio of tracks that includes Sweet Dreams, Mona Lisa, and of course Killin It Girl. And right away, there's a theme that stands out, and I think it's honesty. He says, if there's one small belief I still hold on to, it's that if I genuinely like what I make, listeners and fans will feel that too. That's why I always try to be honest in the stories I tell. And when it comes to making music, I think that's when I'm at my most sincere. And I believe that honestly shines through in this new phase of his artistry. He's more bolder, more mature, but still unmistakably J-Hope. And gotta remember, after completing his military service, he said he came back with a clear vision of what he wanted to express, not just excitement, but also depth, emotion and growth. And all 3 songs from this project, Charm of Hope, deal with the idea of new connections and romantic tension, which is a territory that J-Hope hadn't really explored before. And with Killin It Girl, he wanted that emotional rush to feel bold and to feel sensual and even magnetic, something that would make you want to play it on repeat, just like I've been doing. And when he brought GloRilla in, it wasn't just for a shock value, it was about chemistry and also presence. He said, lately I've been especially drawn to artists whose powerful presence truly stands out. He says, I was confident that GloRilla's presence on the track would bring exceptional synergy. And I believe that this confidence didn't come overnight. He talked about how he used to be filled with nerves before performing solo, especially ahead of Lollapalooza Chicago in 2022. But over time, J-Hope's learned to lean into discomfort, to grow from it, but not run from it, you know what I'm saying? And he also said this, I've always been the type of person to face things head on and learn through experience. There's this saying in Korean which basically translates into you won't know until you try it. 해보기 전에는 모른다. I think that's what he's referring to. And that really reflects how I live, he says. I have learned so much by living that way, and it continues to motivate me as I move through life. He also said this, I still want to keep taking a risk, embrace pain, and grow from it all. I'm not done growing yet. There's still so much to learn, and I will keep sharing it along the way. And there we go. Maybe that's what he said in this interview is the real message of this whole era, like beyond the charts, the performance, chart performance, and the visuals and the stages. J-Hope is still evolving. And that's the message that I truly appreciate as a fan. And he's still searching, still hungry to create. And if Killin It Girl is any indication, he's only getting better. So I just believe that J-Hope is an artist who never stops evolving and a person who never stops caring, which is also the case with the entire group that is BTS. But when it comes to HYBE, I hope that he kills it on the stage at Lollapalooza Berlin next month, carrying this energy of Killin It Girl, Charm of Hope, and Hope on the stage, and with the love of armies with him. So I just love this guy. I hope you also enjoyed his promotion activities in Korea with Killin It Girl. And yeah, J-Hope is truly in his prime. I'm looking forward to whatever he does in the next phase of his career. All right. Feel free to fill in the gaps by leaving your own comments. If there's anything that was wrong about or forgot to mention, write comments. And when you do so, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. Peace and love. Bye-bye.